Hello and welcome. So before I dive into the policies, it is important to understand a little bit about the history of the school that I am currently working at. So I'm working in Barranquilla in Colombia at a Catholic school named Marymount. And when I saw that we had to create a video discussing laws and policies that affect teaching, two things came into my mind. And the first thing that came into my mind was an old policy that we've had at the school for about 60, 70 years. And this is called the Marymount Way. This is effectively a guideline of behavior and expectations of everything revolving around the school. And then the second thing I thought straight away was a new policy, if you will, called the Marymount Mission 2023. The first one, the Marymount Way, was created in 1953 when this school was built. And it has been more or less a handbook for being a student, a member of the community, and a teacher for Marymount. The school was founded by the religious of the Sacred Heart of Mary, which is about a community of 900 or so Roman Catholic women. And it was originally an all-girls school until 1981, in which it opened its doors for men as well. The second policy is the Marymount Mission 2023, which is effectively a vision that was started a couple of years ago with the arrival of new leadership at the school. A very positive thing, if you ask me. The idea is that we become a school built towards creating entrepreneurial and social leaders, not just in Marymount, in the community here, but all over the world. The school now puts 100% of its efforts into reaching this through building a stronger Marymount community, developing the teachers professionally in many forms and different ways, creating 21st century learners ready for the world, and through its Catholic principles. So what we have here are two separate policies that are both heavily connected and have had both negative and positive effects on the day-to-day life of the learners at school, the community, and the teachers. So what you see on the website right now is the philosophy that the school has implemented since 1923, when the first Marymount school was made. It basically says the goals of a Marymount education are multiple: to educate the heart and mind, provide to the student a total growth spiritually, intellectually, socially, and physical. So as you can see, the Marymount Way has been implemented in the school for over 50 years now. And I've heard it used in many different ways and forms, from teachers to parents at the school. A lot of the teachers at the school went to the school and studied at the school, and a lot of the parents also went to the school as well. So it's a very tight community. I'm not going to say that I think the Marymount Way is bad. I just think it's outdated. I've heard many people use it. That's not the Marymount Way. We don't walk through the school like this. That's not the Marymount Way. That's not how we dress. Or that's not the Marymount Way. That's not how we speak to each other. So for me, it's got this industrial approach to students, which I understand completely why it has both negative and positive effects on the school. So as I've just described, the Marymount Way has had a profound effect on the community and that of the way that the teachers talk to the students. The way that it's had effects on students themselves is, I believe it hasn't allowed them to be more forward-thinking and creative, as they've always had to somewhat live and educate themselves or be educated by kind of a constricted idea of what someone should be. So in that sense, for me, it's more of a negative thing. So as I've just spoken about the old Marymount Way, now let's look at somewhat the new Marymount Way, which is called the Mission 2023. And just quickly to go over it, it makes us different in the sense that it has the best formation of values and excellence, spirituality, respect, honesty, and responsibility. To be globally competent, to be an excellent academic student, to have 21st century skills, to learn, to want to learn, to generate connections, to become entrepreneurial leaders, as it all says just here. And that's one of the ways in which this is dictating the new era, if you will, of the Marymount student. And how are we going to do that? We're going to have students that are graduating that will be leaders themselves. that will be globally competent and have Catholic values. So again, very much the same as before. There are still Catholic values as the strong point of being a Marymount student, but it has now incorporated more of a 21st century aspect of education, which for me is very much a positive thing. The new Marymount Way, the Mission 2023, has had a great effect on the students already. We've been implementing new methods, new technology in our classrooms, which have aided all of our students, those that are low, those that are high. We've started doing more project-based learning, more communicative approaches in our classes. Our community has benefited as we are now a much closer community, I feel. Although I'm new here, I still feel very much more at home. Just this weekend, actually, I played in a football competition for those of Marymount football competition of old students, old teachers, new teachers. And for me as a teacher, I've learned a lot these last 2 years actually. I've developed myself as a professional using lots of new approaches and styles, techniques, and many other aspects of teaching. And it's clear so far that the community has also reached out, and this has improved our togetherness as a school. And we are all working towards what I believe is a very exciting part of education, and that's the Marymount Mission 2023.